Okay, we're in the middle of our 4-feature series of lessons here. We've created the split feature, we've created the save bodies feature, and next we're going to create the insert into part. And that's again available via right mouse button on the solid bodies folder, insert into new part. You can also do this on individual solid bodies, insert into new part. I'd like to point out a basic difference between the 2 features we've already worked with and the 2 features that we're going to work with here coming up shortly. Save bodies and the split function are very similar, and they are what I call push functions. They take all of the information from the parent part and they push it out to a child document. So the parent part knows where the child is because of a feature at the bottom of the tree. But the features that we're going to get into, insert into new part, and another one called insert part, are what I like to call pull features. So they start from another document and pull information in. The difference between the push and the pull is where the feature lies that keeps track of this relationship. With the split and save bodies, the feature lies in the parent. With the insert into new part and insert part, it will lie only in the child. The parent won't know actually where the child is. In fact, the parent won't know that there is a child. So this type of relationship can make file management a little challenging. You have to understand how each of these relationships works, especially in the case when you might have a change in your model. Let's work through this example just to get a feel for what the difference is in practice. I'm going to delete the Save Bodies feature at the bottom of the tree to start off with, just to give us a clean starting point. And now I'll roll back, right-click on the first one, and say Insert into New Part. And I'll create a new folder called Insert into New Part. Open that up, and SolidWorks is already naming this for me, but I'm going to call it the base, since it's been good enough to give me this preview. So now I've got this individual part that I can now start working with. I'm going to close that down, right-click on the next body, insert into new part. I'll call this the surround. Exit out of that. Right-click again, insert into new part. Call this the buttons. Exit out of that. Right-click again, insert into new part. And I'll call this the wheel. Okay, now I don't have any tool that's going to automatically create an assembly for me using this method. Okay, let's go ahead and create an assembly for all of these parts and use your choice of an Infinite Skills assembly template. Let's get rid of the selection that's already in there. We don't want to use that. Click on the Browse button and Windows select all of these parts minus the assembly. If you've already got an assembly in your folder, you don't want to insert that into the current assembly. So we'll say Open. And now SolidWorks has a special cursor, and it's asking me to locate the origin of each of these parts. Because all of the bodies came from the same part, they all have the same origin. So if I put them all together, back at the origin of this part, all of the bodies will join back together in their original configuration. Let's just click on the origin, move the mouse away 4 times. Each time you click, SolidWorks will add another part until you're done. Now that was a bit more work than some of the other methods. There are some things that work differently in the 2013 version than in previous versions of the software. For example, if you try to use Windows Explorer to pull in multiple parts, let's try this same move. We should be able to pull all 4 parts in at the same time. but it doesn't work. So that's one thing to be aware of.